Theda Bera. The name alone evokes an aura of mystery and seduction. She was the silent film era's original femme fatale, captivating audiences with her smoldering gaze and exotic allure. Her on-screen persona, the Vamp, became a cultural phenomenon, embodying a new kind of female power and sexuality. Bera's image was carefully crafted, a potent blend of mystery and sensuality. Studio publicity wove elaborate tales of her Egyptian heritage and occult practices, fueling her mystique. With her kohl-rimmed eyes and daring costumes, she became an icon of early Hollywood glamour. Yet, behind the carefully constructed facade lay a talented actress, an intelligent woman. Sadly, much of her work is lost to time, leaving us with only fragments of her brilliance. Despite this, Theda Bera's legend endures, a testament to the enduring power of image and the allure of the forbidden. Theda Bera's real name was Theodosia Goodman, a far cry from the exotic moniker she would later adopt. Born in Cincinnati, Ohio, in 1885 to a Jewish family. Her father was a tailor, and her mother, like most women of that time, a homemaker. She developed an early interest in theater, performing in local productions in her neighborhood. Ambitious and determined, like a lot of young girls, she moved to New York City to pursue an acting career in theater or vaudeville. It was in New York that Theodosia met filmmaker Frank Powell. Since all films were being made there, then it was easy to come across movie makers crawling the local theaters for new talent, for the new moving pictures. Recognizing her potential, he cast her in her first film role in 1914. The film was A Fool There Was, and it would change her life forever. It became her highest grossing and most notable film. A Fool. There was introduced the world to Theda Bera, a name people prompted by gossip, calumnists came to say, was an anagram of Arab death, based on the vamp persona that Fox Films created for her. Her character, a seductive temptress who destroys men's lives, was an instant sensation. The term vamp, short for vampire, was coined to describe her. Theda embraced her newfound persona, cultivating an air of mystery and danger. However, the argument could be stated that the persona was more feminist than vamp. As her costumes became more revealing, her makeup more dramatic, Theda was quoted as saying, "I am a feminist. For every woman like me, there are 10 men who take everything from a woman and give nothing in return." Hence, the previous mentioned argument against the persona being more vamp than feminist. Studio publicity machines churned out outlandish stories of her past, claiming she was born in the Sahara Desert and raised by astrologers. The public lapped it up, and Theda embraced it fully, except that is in her personal life, at home, in her luxury apt in New York's West End. With her mother and brothers, she could be found with a good book. More often than not, when not filming in her personal life, she remained scandal-free, nor date or marry, then divorce multiple celebrities or partners. Unlike so many others, the studio had a time fabricating things for the gossips in order to help keep tongues wagging and wallets opening for her movies. Not that it was necessary, because the public loved the vamp. Theda Bera became a superstar, her image plastered on everything from cigarette cards to sheet music. She was the embodiment of the new woman. Independent, powerful, and unafraid to embrace her sexuality. Theda Bara's impact on the silent film era was profound. She redefined the role of women in cinema, challenging traditional notions of femininity. Her vamp persona, while controversial, resonated with audiences, particularly women. Bara's films were incredibly popular, drawing in huge crowds. She was one of the first actresses to command a high salary, a testament to her star power. Her influence could be seen in the work of other actresses who followed in her footsteps. However, her vamp persona also attracted criticism. Some saw her characters as immoral and dangerous, a threat to traditional values. Despite this, Theda Bara remained defiant, pushing boundaries and challenging societal norms. Section 5. Celluloid Sins. Theda Bara's iconic roles. Theda Bara appeared in over 40 films during her career, often playing variations of the vamp archetype. She was Cleopatra, Salome, and Carmen, bringing these legendary femmes fatales to life on the silver screen. One of her most famous roles was in the 1917 film Cleopatra. Though the film is now lost, stills and promotional materials show Bera in elaborate Egyptian costumes, radiating power and sensuality. The film was a huge success, cementing her status as a screen icon. Another notable performance was in the 1915 film Carmen. Bara's portrayal of the fiery gypsy was praised for its passion and intensity. She brought a depth and complexity to her characters, transcending the stereotypical vamp persona. Section 6. Behind the Smoke and Mirrors. Theda Bara's true self. Despite her on-screen persona, Theda Bara was known for her intelligence, wit, and down-to-earth personality off-screen. She was an avid reader and enjoyed discussing literature and philosophy. Those who knew her well described her as kind and compassionate, a far cry from the cold-hearted seductress she played in films. She was also a devoted wife to her husband, filmmaker Charles Brabin. Theda Bara was aware of the irony of her public image. She once famously quipped, "I'm as pure as the driven slush." This self-awareness and sense of humor endeared her to those who knew her true nature. Section 7. The Decline of the Vamp. Theda Bara's later years. By the early 1920s, the public's taste for vamps had waned. Theda Bara, sensing the shift, retired from acting in 1926. She had made a fortune during her career and chose to live a quiet life, away from the spotlight. Sadly, a fire in 1937 destroyed most of her films, leaving behind only a handful of her performances. This loss has made it difficult to fully appreciate her talent and legacy. Despite her retirement, Theda Bara remained a subject of fascination for many. She gave occasional interviews, reflecting on her career and the changing role of women in society. Section 8. The Legacy of Theda Bara. A lasting impression. Though much of her work is lost, Theda Bara's impact on cinema is undeniable. She was a pioneer for women in film, paving the way for future generations of actresses. Her vamp persona, while controversial, challenged societal norms and sparked conversations about female sexuality. Theda Bara's image continues to inspire artists, designers, and performers today. Her influence can be seen in everything from fashion to music to film. She remains a symbol of female power, allure, and the enduring fascination with the forbidden. Her story reminds us of the power of image and the ephemeral nature of fame. It also highlights the importance of preserving film history so that future generations can appreciate the pioneers who shaped the art form. Section 9. Rediscovering Theda Bera, a timeless icon. Today, there is a renewed interest in Theda Bera and her work. Film historians and archivists are working to restore and preserve the few remaining fragments of her films. New books and documentaries are being released, shedding light on her life and career. Rediscovering Theda Bera is like unearthing a lost treasure. Her films offer a glimpse into a bygone era, a time when Hollywood was still in its infancy and anything seemed possible. Her story continues to inspire, reminding us of the power of cinema and the timeless allure of the femme fatale. Though her star may have faded, Theda Bera's legend lives on, which is a true testament to the power of image, the allure of mystery, and the legacy of a true Hollywood original